#1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good game. Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, and streaming live on Ustream, this is AfterBuzz TV for X Factor. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest X Factor news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off and the buzz continues, it's AfterBuzz TV for X Factor.
Hey y'all, and welcome to AfterBuzz TV X Factor with yours truly, Kat Bayless, the Macedo twins, Michelle and Melissa, and our new guest here, our co-host, Ronnie Jr.
Thank you.
Oh, no, you better thank us.
Huh? Yeah. No, I mean, I'm glad to hang with you for 2 hours.
Yeah, you're welcome.
No, you're welcome. Thank you. All
Honey,
of it.
child, we are so glad to have you, Ronnie Jr.
All of it,
I just
yeah.
love teasing you because you're so
being
dang cute.
I like being teased by 3 pretty girls. I mean, it's not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing over here at AfterBuzz.
The thing that I love the most, y'all, out there is that he could actually tell the difference between Michelle and Melissa.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
So
twins.
he says.
He thinks he can.
It's a lucky guess until the hair changes.
That's true. That's true. Today, at least I'm plugged in. This is Michelle. This is Melissa.
Yeah, right. Because Michelle has her hair down and Melissa is up.
But even better than that, you know what I am plugged into, and that's that album that one of these girls has. So that's
Yes.
that's even more exciting, you know?
That's true.
That's
It really doesn't matter which one. You know, if I know who you are, it's if I buy your music, right? I mean,
exactly.
So I'm gonna do that for you.
Yes, thank you. That is what matters most. Macedo is the artist, and the album name's Flags and Boxes. So check it out.
Boom.
Check it out, y'all.
MacedoMusic.com.
First of all, before we get into X Factor, when is y'all's video, the new video coming out that I participated in?
Good question. That's a good question. That's a good question. Coming soon to an internet near you.
Because I was talking to Troy Christian, who is also a co-host on AfterBuzz, and I was like, wait. And he was like, oh, the one with the piano. I'm like, no, that's not it. That's not it. It's the other one. So, okay. So we have to stay tuned. Thanks a lot.
Stay tuned. ...
The
only we'll say it in the middle of when everyone's talking and no one will know. So you have to watch every second of the X Factor show.
Yeah,
just wait.
Well, speaking of X Factor, tonight was a recap on, and it was actually voting who was going to actually stay on the teams and, like, you know, go to the final competition. You know, they had to pick 4 out of 8. So what happened last week? We weren't here. Sorry, y'all. I know y'all missed us so much. Y'all were crying at home.
I know.
But what
happened?
Baseball, schmazeball. I don't know.
But then baseball got canceled because of raining.
Yeah.
There's a lot of schedule conflicts, yeah.
But
we're here.
But can't you slide faster in baseball if it's raining, like, into the baseball?
You know, I don't know the physics of it, really.
If it's a rain out, it got to be a rain out.
Hey, kids. Buzzy the AfterBuzz B says, get back on subject.
Have you guys not heard that yet?
No.
Okay. We heard that the other day.
That's a new one for me, and I think I should actually be hearing that a lot. Because Kat B likes to get off the subject. Yes. Anyway, so tonight was jam-packed with a lot of talent.
Yeah.
We broke it up, and what was really cool is we actually got to see each artist in each judge's home. L.A. Reid lives in the Hamptons, and he had Rihanna as his guest judge. Then we went to Nicole Scherzinger. And she had Enrique Iglesias. Enrique, and they were in Malibu. Gorgeous. And what did you say about her house?
It was, I didn't know if she could afford that much. I mean, but it was definitely one of my favorite houses out of the 4.
It was beautiful.
It was.
And on Malibu, did you see that view?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my
the view into the ocean. Yeah.
Didn't she just go solo? I don't know. Anyway, so then we've got Paula, and Paula lives in Santa Barbara, and she had Was it?
She had Pharrell.
Pharrell.
She was
That
with
was Pharrell.
Pharrell.
She
Yeah.
was with Pharrell. And then we had Simon, who was alone.
Yeah.
He doesn't need anyone.
Apparently Mariah was supposed to be there, right, Simon?
No, that's what he said in last episode, that he was supposed to have Mariah. But I mean,
Yeah.
everything he does is kind of to step above every other judge. is
By
what
the
it's-
way,
what
I'm
we're
gonna
seeing.
be mean, but I
it.
know this. So Mariah only likes one side of her face. So maybe he's like, I only like one side of my face. So he's like, I'm sitting on this side. She's like, I don't want to sit on that side. She's like, well, I'm not
They
doing the
couldn't
show.
agree.
Mhm, and she left.
And
The
she
contract.
Yeah.
The contract. They would have had someone like walk in the middle and they both be on like whatever side.
Yeah.
Or they could do.
Maybe Simon doesn't want to switch sides either.
It wasn't in the
It's
contract.
possible he only has
Simon
one
was
good
like
Creative
this.
differences.
He was like, yo,
Oh, when he was judging?
sunglasses, V-neck,
Yeah.
white shirt.
Oh yeah,
white
the V-neck loves
Oh, yeah.
it.
Well, and
d-
he didn't
he
do it
does
by
look-
he didn't do it by himself either. He had co-mentors to a degree. He had like a vocal coach, but he was sitting on this like King Tut, seat, and he had the guys
Yeah.
lower, and I mean it's just like
You know what I was
Yeah.
waiting
he's
for?
always got to be on top.
I
Yeah.
was waiting for the grapes.
Yeah, he was right.
Yeah.
They were gonna
the
come.
fruit.
You could
I
tell
mean,
he-
I was
he
waiting for the
wasn't
champagne.
France.
It was
I mean,
France.
what else could you do to step up on the other judges?
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, Malibu, that's nice. Santa Barbara, okay.
I'm
France,
sorry, aren't
yeah.
you from Great Britain?
Yeah,
I mean,
hello.
France, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, as you said, that Nicole's house surprised you, but
Yeah.
all of them have houses in LA. Hers house is, I'm sure, maybe her only house. Simon's house,
Good point.
his
Yeah.
whatever number
Yeah.
house, Santa Barbara.
He probably has 5 houses. Okay.
Yeah.
The man is
Safe to
redonkulous.
say, yeah.
All right, let's jump in because we've got some talent to cover and talent to get rid of. Okay?
Should we start with L.A. Reid?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
So that was in the Hamptons, the only
Yes, it was.
the only East Coaster.
The hamsters.
the hamsters.
The hamster Hampton.
By the way, has anyone been to the Hamptons in this table? Me.
No.
No,
I
I
have not.
haven't.
What?
Even though I lived in New York for 4 years, I never went to the Hamptons.
Okay.
You would think you would. Yeah.
bad.
I have a confession, Michelle. I actually lived in New York
you
City.
mean Melissa?
Wait, time out.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I was gonna say you're throwing me off because I barely plugged in on her being Michelle. This is Melissa, right?
Wow.
Okay.
I just, that was on air. Where's the
That was on air.
where's the
I'm sorry,
AfterBuzz
all of you
beat?
out there, but I just really got the twins mixed up, and I've known y'all for almost a year.
Where's
We just talked
the
about
B for punishment? Where's that B? But
I
it
just like
stinks.
Michelle
Our
flows a little
systems
bit more.
detect that a host has wandered off the subject.
Wow. Next level
Our
right
systems
there.
detect that a host has wandered off the subject.
Red lights and
Please return
everything.
once.
It's an
Our systems detect
emergency.
that a host
Emergency,
has wandered off the
emergency.
subject.
Okay.
Lord have
Hamptons.
mercy.
Okay, I
Hamptons.
forgive you. I
Hamptons.
forgive
Anyway,
you.
all I'm saying is Melissa.
Uh-huh.
I lived in New York City too for 4 years.
Uh-huh.
And my little butt never got out to the Hamptons.
Yeah.
But then finally I moved out to LA and I had to go to a wedding. And oh my God, it was in the Hamptons.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Oh my
gorgeous
God.
place. So let's just go through the list right now. Let's start off with our cute little, oh my God, Brian Astro Bradley. And he's like, what? I don't know.
He's like
Very young.
13,
he's-
14.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
but
he's
he's like the
13.
first rapper I've ever seen on television in a competition.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
True.
only 14 years old,
Yes.
I think.
Yeah.
Does he sing at all?
I don't think so.
No. He literally is ghettofied, and he's got the glasses on.
Ghettofied,
and he walks off with his booty hanging out.
Hanging out.
Hanging out. Oh, think my
You
underwear
know-
showing too.
I think that Astro is really talented. I think he's a great rapper, but I already seen ego on this kid.
Yeah.
He is gonna go down like, the Justin Bieber. I don't know if Justin Bieber has an ego.
L.A. Reid is
It
right.
just seems like when you're
L.A.
that
Reid's what?
young,
Right.
And when you're that young, you're just infiltrated with like you're the best, you're the star,
True. But there are I have to say this before we get into the entire night. Y'all, I feel like there's a story with every single person.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Everyone have a story.
Like you
Yeah.
said, it's
Really?
a show. It's a TV
Yeah.
It's
show
a
first.
It is
That's why they
so
picked them.
damn dramatic.
It
No,
is,
so dramatic.
Yeah.
What do you think?
No, I mean his story is good, but I mean there's other ones that get even deeper. His story,
Well-
it's cool,
No, I wanted to set that up because he's got like I want to help my mom pay for whatever and
Right.
Yeah.
yada yada. But what the whole story is on this boy, he is talented. He is talented,
Yes.
hands down.
And he's
Yes.
super young.
Yeah. Well, he's definitely on the right. Being chosen by L.A. Reid, like being in that category, was good for him because L.A. Reid, as you notice when he talked to some of the other people, he always talked about, you have to have a certain level of confidence. He told the one guy, he goes, you have selflessness, right?
Mm-hmm.
He goes, you kind of have to be selfish to be an artist. Okay, you guys
High
are artists.
five. High five.
I think
I don't care about anybody.
To a degree. I mean, it's like cool, like go feed your mama, take care of all that, but you have to have that confidence within yourself. This kid, at the end of his last performance, he said the word that all the little teenagers are saying, which was swag, and he's trying to like live in that look. He's trying to act that way. I didn't want to see a rapper on the show either, to be honest with you, not at all.
I want to see a teenage rapper.
Okay,
That's what I want to see.
Well, he's the one.
Yeah.
And his style was cool, and I loved his stage performance or outdoor performance. He looked that of like a Jay-Z and a J. Cole mixed together. So.
And he got a big old yes.
Yeah.
I hope that he can find his real style and his voice will change.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also-
that's the thing. It's gonna
Also, I
change.
didn't like his initial performance, or at least the group performances, which was 2 weeks ago, last week, a week. Anyway, for one of
you're
the
right.
group
You're right.
performances,
Yeah.
because then it made everybody else have to rap, and then everyone else just like
That's
went
what
down
really
with
rubbed
the
me the
10.
wrong way. He
Right.
was like stealing it. Maybe this is what the selfish thing is about. But when you're in a group performance, it's like you have your time and you learn how to share and be generous on
I
stage.
think even him being so young, he even knows this ain't the show for me. This is the show for some exposure. We all know he's not gonna make it that far. Right? I mean, that would be my prediction. He knows he's not going to make it that far in this type of competition.
He's
if
made it
anything-
pretty far already.
Okay.
Yeah, but to be the number one.
be uno,
Yeah, he's not-
$5 million.
Shall we do the shall we do the $5 bet? Maybe not the $5 million bet. Yeah, we agree though. So there you go. Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree with you, Ronnie.
Yeah.
I think he wants to work with L.A. Reid, and that's kind of his lane. So
Yeah.
so-
He's in the right place already.
First of all, L.A. Reid is already treating him like a grandson.
Yeah,
know.
you could see
Indeed.
it in his eyes.
Right?
He's like, little
loves
child,
it.
come with me.
Yeah.
he's mentoring. But extra with a lot of care. Yeah,
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to I thought they probably kept this kid only because he was young again, and he's from my home state, Mississippi.
Okay.
Is that where that
Mississippi.
accent is from? Okay,
You
gotcha.
think? You
Hey,
think?
y'all. Okay.
This thing ain't fake, baby.
Gotcha. Okay.
But it was very odd for me to see like colored child, black child, whatever you want to call it.
Is this
like,
Marcus or Chris?
Yeah,
This
give
is
us the name here.
Skylar Anderson.
Oh,
And he was number 2, Ellery.
right.
And so I
Was
felt
he young? He was young?
very
I didn't
young.
know that.
I mean, he's probably younger
Yeah.
than Astro. I mean,
I think he's like, what, 15?
15.
16?
Okay.
Yeah,
Really
and
young.
And he was the one who said, I sing country music,
Country.
and no one, because of his look,
Yeah.
wouldn't have assumed it.
well, you know who should take him on is Hootie and the Blowfish.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I mean,
Where
who
is
would have
Hootie?
thought? Hootie
Working
is
at Target,
knows?
yeah.
Hootie. Are you kidding me?
No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Darius Rucker, are you listening to this? Shh. Shh. Okay, so Skylar didn't make it. There really wasn't much to say about him. I mean, the kid.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like he got this far because he has that contradiction, and
Me too.
that's so clear, but he was never going to make
His
it.
pitch
though.
wasn't that great.
Yeah,
to
his
me.
voice wasn't that great.
Look, we're
Yeah.
all singers here. Are you a singer, Ronnie?
I'm not a singer.
Why
no.
not?
What? Because
Why
when I
not?
do karaoke, it sounds really, really bad. But I have a heck of a performance though, so there you go.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Except when the songs, the wrong lyrics show up, which has happened to me before. I was
the wrong
No,
lyrics
I was
show
gonna
up
do.
on the
I was gonna do
screen.
Eddie Money, Take Me Home Tonight, and then DeBarge came up with The Rhythm of the Night. You try that one. As talented as you are.
Oh, that's a hard one.
that and some drinks. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure that helped.
That's what would make it. That's when I freestyle.
Speaking of like not really caring about the lyrics or the sound of what you're actually is coming out of your mouth, Brennan Hunt, the hottie McHottie.
Oh, he's so hot.
You
He's
guys
so
were into it.
Nashville.
Rihanna thought he was slamming. She's like, he's really good looking and hot, but like he's a little cheesy. Which he was.
He was.
You know,
But
I
cocky.
think our very own Ashanti would say he was Macaroni Tony. Perhaps Macaroni Tony. Cheesy.
Cheesy! Macaroni and cheese!
Yeah, and you know what? I think people really pick up on cheesiness, you know? And it's like Stefano kind of
When
from
you're
Idol.
like, oh.
Yeah.
And you start singing to yourself like this,
Yeah.
If you have to show everyone you're feeling, then
No.
And he also
you're
talked
not.
about being not confident too. So there's that. You know, you said the cheesy, the non-confidence.
Yeah.
You know, the good look or whatever is only going to take you so far.
Yeah.
Do you think he was overcompensating? Like he was actually trying to hide the fact that he was actually insecure and like going over the top?
Yeah, you know what? That's a good,
Yeah.
You go with that one. That's, I agree.
And you know, I think LA knows that there's not really a room for him right now. That the pretty boys aren't the ones that are selling millions right
Also,
now.
LA,
Except for Enrique Iglesias.
Except for Enrique.
Yeah, he's pretty.
He was looking good. Not gonna lie. He's looking good.
Kat, you should get with him.
I saw him in person. I met him in person.
You did?
Oh my God.
He a nice guy.
Tall. He is
Really?
tall.
did you sing to him?
Did you get his
You should
numero?
have sung
No,
to
I was
him.
at a club. It was right after the AMAs, and all I did was stare at him. I was like, "Are you really still with Anna Kournikova?"
Is he?
I didn't think
I don't
he
think
was.
so.
No.
Maybe so. I don't know.
Oh, he'd be so into you. Are you kidding?
Oh, get on that, Cat.
Oh, yeah.
Get on that train.
Tennis,
Go for
all
it.
news, acting. Come on now.
Enrique.
Singing.
Now's your time. Call in. Calling
love
out.
I
it.
everybody.
love your little mole. Okay.
It's gone.
You got it removed.
Shit, you got it removed. Oh, never mind. Oh, God, it's probably in a box somewhere. They're going to sell on eBay. Okay, next. Nick Voss. He had the shaved little things on his head like this.
Was he like shaking a lot during the performance on
yeah.
purpose? Was he the one
And
that
he-
in the initial performance he was just like
He
vibrating?
did a really great job in his first audition. The second audition at the boot camp, he really effed up. Like, I just felt like he just wasn't there anymore. And then the third, when you were at the house, I was like, why is this kid even this far?
I know.
And LA's critique was that you just don't know enough of yourself. Like, wasn't authentic within his image. His image is weird, different or whatever. And then he butchered Tears for Fears. Everybody wants to rule the world, so you can't butcher that fun
Yeah,
song.
you can't do
And he
that.
did. He killed it. I mean, in a bad way.
Yeah.
You know, he kind of reminds me of an Adam Lambert kind of, but who is the guy that we had with Tourette's?
Adam.
you mean
James.
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 He
Terminator.
he reminds me of that. And if anyone would think like, oh, people can't relate to this guy, it's him. But he has the same look, but he's not as confident in it, or at least not as
Good.
He doesn't have that relatability.
Yeah.
All right.
Gotta
okay.
cut people, so there
Here's
you
what
go.
happens, all right? And we all know this. Your first audition, you come in, you prepared, you know exactly what you're going to do, you know exactly how you're going to sing it. Oh, great. Now I've got to sing another song with a group of people that I don't even know the song. You're going to kind of suck if you're not a very good singer or performer. So this guy kind of like blanked. Now, he really doesn't know who he is. I mean, this third audition with the judges, it was like, I felt sorry for him because I know there's a part of that boy that's talented. He wouldn't have made it this far, duh.
Yeah.
But once you get to this point, it's like, come on, I mean, not American Idol, X Factor, really?
Yeah,
We
yeah.
we don't need all of this.
Yeah.
All right, next.
Philip, are we there?
Wasting no time on
Yes.
Nick Vox.
No. Philip Lomax, we call
Stefano.
Stefano.
the
Yeah,
second.
he actually
American
is.
Idol.
Yeah.
Love him. Fedora, Sinatra.
Yeah.
Right?
He knew who he was more.
But it's true,
Even
but
if
it's
it
true.
wasn't going to fit in all the way.
We can't have, although we can have Ronnie Jr. on the show, we can't have Sinatra Jr. on the X Factor.
No.
So you think it's not going to be a long career on
No.
the show?
I think that he needs to change it
He
up.
might switch it up.
He might switch it up, and also like everyone is making a big deal over his swooning and his sound or whatnot. He has a modern look though, so I feel like he has a modern look. He has that relatable factor, and honestly, I mean, I don't want to bring up this artist's name, but I think Bruno Mars in some weird way has bridged that gap
Yeah,
from
exactly.
the
That's what I'm saying.
Sinatra to the real, and to make it current and to make it sort of ready for radio. So
Yeah.
He'll never have the worth or value that Bruno Mars has because Bruno Mars writes his song.
No,
He
that's
does.
true. Oh, well, yeah, for sure. I liked Philip though. He was actually
Yeah, me
pretty cool,
too.
and I'd like to see his journey. Hopefully, he could be more.
I
versatile.
just love. I mean, I'm not just saying this because I'm a girl. Like, I really love watching him perform.
Yeah.
Because when you remember that first audition, y'all, he was on the stage and he was like captivating that audience.
Yeah, yeah.
And he has that electrifying smile that I'm like, I could watch him all day. I don't care what comes out of your mouth. The music will cover it up. Now, but if we really look at it, I feel like okay, Sinatra got him in the door. Let's see what other talent he has, you know. And I mean, we don't know what goes on behind these closed doors, y'all. They could be doing all these certain songs. Okay, this is the one you should do for this audition.
Right.
Oh, they don't go, oh, this is actually, they had people, I mean, come on, they have to go in and practice the songs with the accompanist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, and some of these kids are just singers. We know that.
Yes.
But America doesn't get to see all what goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And just the fact that, like, I will cry because of the music that's going on in the background, like, that they put on. And I'm like, oh, my God, this is so sad. Oh, my God. And what if, this is what I thought about tonight when we were watching. I'm like, okay, what if there was no music?
Yeah, I know.
Have you
Totally
ever,
different.
have you
The
ever
raw
watched,
edit, the raw edit.
ever watched a scary movie on mute?
Yes.
Because it is
Oh,
not
I have not. Yeah.
anymore. Especially, I've done some scores for a pilot and some scores for other things, and the movie. I mean, it's amazing how big of a difference it makes. The music, it's like makes as big of a difference as the actors.
Yeah.
I mean, it's insane.
Yeah.
And the music on this show is really like they are spot on. They go on your heartstrings and the whole deal.
Like it's hopeful, and then they change the key, you know, to make it. Then, oh my God, they made it, or like,
Yeah.
oh,
You're like,
their life is over.
Yes.
You know, I can't sing, but I felt like singing. You know.
The only thing that really bugs me, though, is when they're doing these eliminations and they go from, like, it's like going from Michelle to Melissa. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you're not really, you know, what we were looking for, but, you know, da-da-da, and then, like, all of a sudden there's tears
the fuck is
falling
he
down.
talking
It's
to?
like,
Yeah.
who are they talking
Who
to?
the F?
And they drag it on for like half an hour each one.
That was a long 2 hour.
God.
Just
First of all,
could have been cut and dry, but
Yeah,
no.
If I was the producer with a capital P,
Oh, the producer.
producer,
Pro.
I could have finished that mother in an hour. Like,
Yeah,
literally.
yeah.
Like,
Oh, definitely could have done that.
but we didn't. So now we got to move on. Okay? Chris Renee, our rehab guy, I call him like my Eminem type. Y'all, give me your input on this boy. What do y'all think? He got a yes.
Yeah, I think
Capital Y-E-S.
What do you mean
know,
Eminem type?
the one that was not sober.
Yeah.
Is an
I'm gonna
addict.
be honest. He said he's been sober since February.
420.
April.
420.
April 20th.
That's right.
Yeah.
420
4
is when he
days
did it.
before my birthday.
Were you born on when Hitler was born, or no?
April 24th.
Hitler was born on the 20th, I think.
Oh, Lord. No,
Well,
I
the
was-
Titanic crashed on the.
420 is
That's
the
on
Marley
14th.
Day, too.
Yeah.
Our systems detect that the host has wandered off the subject.
Oh.
Please return at once.
Chris Renee.
You know what? I don't think it's a good idea for him to do this right now. He just got sober.
Oh.
I don't think he's
Right
gonna.
on,
I don't
yes.
think he's gonna make it.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good
Like
idea.
he needs to think of.
Well, thank God.
But
someone
like,
said
that's
it.
for him.
Like you don't want to vote him out because you know he's just it's
Yeah,
going to be over.
gonna
Yeah,
do
you
that.
guys? Oh, this is off topic, so never mind.
But like the music industry, he's gonna be surrounded with that
I
stuff.
know. Yeah, it's so hard.
Actually, it's not off topic. NBC had a show with the boxers, and the one guy he was shaky bakey in the head. They voted him out. This was the Sugar Ray.
Oh, yeah.
And what's the actor's name? Anyways, the guy who got voted out, he couldn't handle the pressure, and he did commit suicide. So I mean, I'm just saying, like,
Oh, no.
this Chris Renee story is going to be interesting, and it's also a big story.
Yeah.
Like you say, it's a TV show. He is the ultimate crossroads story, so he'll be there for a little
yeah,
while.
it's
Yeah,
no joke.
hopefully.
There's a lot of pressure on that,
The producers will make sure he's there.
and it's only up to him.
Is he that talented? Like, I don't know. I thought he was okay.
Well, I
don't know.
I
We
just,
need to see
I just
more.
don't
Yeah.
know that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I
like
mean,
that rap,
see-
and I can't do that, so I appreciate it.
We trust LA, so that's why I think like LA made it seem like he was like a big deal. So
Yeah.
mostly that's riding on LA Reid's trust and not so much what I've seen because I'm not sure about that stuff. That's not my specialty.
It definitely
Yeah.
seemed like LA was more connected with his 4 people than anyone else. The
Yeah.
other 4 were like, all right, those are my 4 people, moving on.
Yeah.
Hitting my jet, and
Yeah.
I'm about to set. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
LA was
Well-
like mentoring and really,
Yeah.
like you said, the
well,
grandson. If
let's put this in perspective. L.A. Reid does find artists.
Yeah.
He's the one that's
Yeah, that's
broken
what
the
he
most
does.
artists.
oh, yeah, before he got on
Paula
this show,
Abdul, like, was
MC Scat Cat,
yeah.
yeah.
opposites attract. I'm trying to be a Laker girl now, and now I'm trying to be a Now,
Yeah.
But Nicole, she didn't care. Like she just wants to get her career off the freaking.
No, the record guys, those are the most interesting. That's why Simon is interesting. That's why LA is interesting because they do the full spectrum. You know, they think what's going to be a radio record. How could I package you or whatever. Which is sad because that compromises music. But for this, that's kind of what you have to worry about. Luckily, you girls are so pretty and all that good stuff. So it's like I'm gonna want to hear them and all that.
Don't blush over there, y'all. Let's move on to Tim. Tim was our country boy. Tim didn't get much love.
No.
But the thing is I think Rihanna was like, oh my God, like I love his tone. He is a true Southern country singer, which is, but like you said, Ronnie, he wasn't selfish enough.
That was the comment that LA made, and I connected to it. I mean, I feel bad, but you kind of got to be about yourself and sell yourself. There you go. He didn't sell himself, so who else is going to do it?
You have to be shameless at it.
Okay.
I don't know who else is like that. But.
Exactly. But like, think about it, y'all. Okay, yes. You win the X Factor, Mr. Tim, country man. You got, 2 kids, 3 kids, 4. I don't know how many you got. They probably just showed 2. Do you really want to be on the road for like the next 15 years?
That's what I was thinking.
I mean, yes, only one person I know that does it very well, and that's Martina McBride. But
that's what it's going to be. And I think his story was that he had kids and you needed to feed them and whatnot, and that's great. But he's not going to be home.
It's a career, not a job. No. It's a career.
And he did sound like that would be this big, the sacrifice. And it's like, we don't care about that. It's like, man, every person who has pursued themselves in some type of way for a dream is like, you got to give up stuff. So your little violin ain't going to work. That's a big violin, but
Oh, and our last yes.
Which is
Marcus Canty. High school grad.
20 years old. I know, high school. Do I get a high school graduate little Chiron thing? Can I get one of those?
Let's all give ourselves a pat on the back.
I did it.
Oh, or do the Astro. Brush your shoulders off.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was like,
I can't worry about
my collar.
Yeah, exactly.
He did do that.
He did.
Yeah, I thought LA felt very paternal towards Marcus.
I do too. And he, he didn't have a huge sob story, but he's still he's not working, he's unemployed, and I think...
Which isn't that deep compared to everybody. There's a lot of people that are like,
Yeah, there are. And I feel as though the kid, he started young, and he to me, when they showed that picture of him when he was, I know I have to say this, but when they showed that picture of him when he was like a little baby or a kid, like a
11 or 10,
I felt like he was like a little Michael Jackson. I saw that.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not just because he's, the same color, but but seriously, because, he had that quirky thing. You could tell, he's not just sitting there dumbfounded.
Well, he's another one of those, personality plus. He's gonna sell it in the, what he does, and he's fun.
Speaking of personality, that little Rachel.
Rachel.
I can't wait.
We gotta get to that.
I was gonna tell you when we watched the show, you almost knew for sure that Rachel was gonna be the last person on the entire show.
Because
everyone, and she's not even a question.
Talking about
but
her.
Let's get to her when we get to her.
Okay, we're right. Let's go to Paula. Paula. We're on to Paula now.
We're going to Santa Barbara.
Paula's, that's a hard one because how can you really personally connect to a group?
Honestly, this was the most boring of the night.
Yeah,
I don't like the kids.
And it's also I don't find it interesting to shove all the kids who are left over together and be like, okay, do a group.
You guys were good.
Let's just go fast with these. I'm sorry for all of you groups out there. But first one was illusion, confusion. No. Next one, 2 Squared. Girls quit jobs. No. 3, the Brewer Boys.
Yes.
They had the flip, the Bieber hair. They're from Temecula.
The flip and the flipper.
And they got a
yes.
They're cool. They'll be fun to watch.
They will. I'm excited.
Are they brothers? Yes.
Yes, one's
Obviously
17 and one's 14. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Honestly, we haven't heard much of them. You know what I mean? They didn't show much of their clips of their singing. That it's just they're gonna get to these boys later. Number 4, faux show. Virginia Beach, and they got a big old no. But Paula did say, I'm in awe of your vocal ability.
Right.
But they just didn't make it.
Didn't cut it.
Yeah.
Their attitude was not good either.
What was her note? Do you remember? Because I have it written down somewhere.
Were these the guys that they were like? She's like, listen. You are an amazing singer, but the rest of you.
Oh no, that was they made it.
They made it.
They were.
That was not the answer.
The Texas boys.
Well, I think she said to them that there was no lead, but I didn't like their little attitude with the. Well, I mean, it wasn't an attitude, but they're talking about a huge risk and we went to different colleges or whatever, and they were just like, it was just too much. Like, if you're gonna do it or you're not gonna do it. So obviously, you're banking on this, and if you really believed in yourself, you would continue to go on no matter what.
Yeah.
So. Goodbye for sure.
They were the ones that were breaking up if they didn't get
and who cares? We don't care. A little anger there from Ronnie. Yeah, for sure. Goodbye.
Yeah. Goodbye. So long,
we will not miss you at all because you don't even believe in yourself, so why should I?
But I do love their label. This is their label. It was a bow like this.
Oh, yeah.
Bow, and then shore.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
What Simon was really irritated with that when they got on stage and every question he asked, they were like, for sure. And Simon's like, okay, I get it. And everything they answered, for sure.
For sure.
Everything. And he was like getting so annoyed. But they kept doing the signals.
So, yeah, I mean, those are the groups. Stereo
we got more.
We
got more.
We got more.
So we've got the Lakota Rain
or something.
And I call it the three blondes and a brunette.
That sounds like if Taylor Swift did a next album that really bombed, it would be called Lakota Rain. I feel like that's what it is.
That's good, Michelle.
Yeah.
I actually thought they were really cute as a group.
Yeah.
They're a surprise, yeah.
But I will say this: the show's smart. These four girls were not strong enough as a single artist.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Definitely not. Yeah.
What do you think, Ronnie?
I agree. I didn't think they were going to be that good together because, like you said, solo. Well, I didn't really follow them too much solo because they weren't that memorable. But
no, they weren't.
That's exactly why they put them
this
together.
might be kind of interesting. So X Factor does throw these little twists that make
Here's
it exciting.
the hard thing about being in a group. It's like, is it gonna work? I mean, are you going to get
it's
along?
not just your life.
Or it's just me, like Nicole, Schwarberhammer.
Yeah.
I mean, she stood out. Pussycat Dolls. She was the Pussycat Dolls. The rest just kind of looked good, and they were like the flair of her painting.
What do you mean when you say it's not just her, like your own life? What were you kind of referring to on that?
Oh, meaning like if there is like the Pussycat Dolls, like Nicole Scherzinger, it's her life, but all of her decisions are affecting. Everyone's decisions are affecting everybody else in the band.
Well, we know for this group, like if they are going to make it, it's going to be within this show because now, like they're in the confines of this, opportunity. If this was a normal group that got put together, they would never make it because then you start, those outside influences kind of peek in. So.
But I feel like when they did find the moment, they were like, oh my God, we actually made it. Like, we're in a group.
Yeah,
who gives a shit?
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
What I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah,
All
exactly.
right. Speaking of that kind of group, we've got the big group with all the kids. It's like
the rest of the
Partridge
kids.
Family. Intensity. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't have called them that, but whatever.
I don't know why they called it that.
And they got a yes. So I'm actually kind of excited to hear what these kids can do.
Yeah.
Was that like the biggest shock of the night though for them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was pretty surprised. It pretty much looked like they just took everyone together and were teaching them choreography, but it was their performance.
It kind of scares me with little kids because some of them were really
12 to 17.
It's like, why you're just gonna manufacture?
Yeah, why are you
it's
doing
just
that?
kind of freaky.
What I want to know, well, I actually do know. I can answer it for myself. They just zoned in on that one kid, that boy with his tears.
Was crying,
crying.
Yeah.
And that's when the intensity came up. That's when, right after that, the word intensity. So that's why I didn't know that it was band name.
All clear now, Michelle. It is all clear. Okay. So, these people did not get the answer they wanted, no pun intended. We're talking about the answer. They got to know. And then we have the Stereo Hogs, and they sang "Heard Through the Grapevine" at Paula's house. And they're from Texas, and they got a big old yes.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I actually
Somewhat surprised. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I called it, but then again, I was like, I questioned myself because we haven't had like a Temptations kind of group in Boys to Men kind of like we need
Yeah,
that back.
they're very Boys to Men.
Well, yeah,
The
I thought they
50s
were.
is back, dude.
I thought they were
Yeah.
very soulful. I wasn't sure if America wanted to go with that. They had a on their modern type sound was very much like a it's not modern anymore, but Jodeci, back in the early 90s or whatever. And then they're very soulful. So you just never know if the X Factor demographic is ready for it, but clearly they are. They dress sharp.
Yeah.
And Paula seemed to really be into their their charm or whatnot.
Yeah, I like them. I love their voices. I'm ready for them.
I love their style. I think Ashanti would have given a big old yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I know. My favorite was when they threw off their coats and they jumped in her pond.
I would do that, right?
Yeah.
I
She's
mean,
like, what are you doing?
Oh, yeah. And I'm like,
Paula should have done it too.
Paula, first of all, Paula went up the staircase, so they wouldn't throw her in, probably.
Yeah, exactly.
She was like, my time is done. I'm
Yeah.
not out of
Yeah.
this.
Paula's
But-
like this big.
I know, exactly, in comparison.
She is so
Yeah,
tiny.
yeah.
She went and gave everyone a hug, and she was like,
Yeah.
different camera frame. She probably had to step
so
on something.
little.
Yeah.
I've actually stood by her at a hair salon before. I was
Really? Is that
How-
little?
yeah.
Yeah.
How as little as we are?
She's really tiny. I took a picture with her
Shorter.
once at a radio station I was working at, and this was when I was a lot heavier than I am today. And I was like, the picture just looks so funny because it looks almost like an edited image because I am gigantically overweight with hamburger stains on my shirt, and she's like this little bitty teeny girl, and I think I'm
Well,
like, hugging
damn,
her or
Ronnie, you
something.
look good.
No, there's a lot of chubbiness in the stomach, but
No, there is
but hey,
not.
thank you. No, but yeah, she's a little bitty girl.
She is. Well, she didn't really like anyone else to be in the salon, I must say.
Oh, look, you saw the real her. You didn't see. I saw a press promo tour.
Oh, no. I saw, can everyone leave the salon while I'm here? I was like, oh, really? Won't be like that? Okay. AfterBuzz exclusive.
That's like-
She doesn't know that Cat Bailiff.
You gotta treat everybody good.
You never know who's in
AfterBuzz
the
TV exclusive.
I'm so bad. All right. Nicole's next. Let's go to Nicole. Nicole lives in the bluffs of Malibu.
My favorite still. Well, the view. Was,
Yeah, the view
Yeah,
was.
view is the best.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. I think my favorite house was the one in France.
We'll get to
Just
that.
because I knew it was in France.
I'm
There's
going.
that.
Yeah.
I'm going to meet Simon Cowell.
Tell him I say
Trust
hi.
me. And I'm going to go
You're-
visit.
Are you gonna go marry him? Because we have to visit his
He's
house.
got to
Okay.
be under 50.
Yeah.
Okay.
How old is he? How old is he?
He's 50 something. He's around that era.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
age.
I have
He
no
looks
limit.
good.
Well, and listen, if you marry or date him, you could kind of maybe give yourself a little hosting career too. You know,
Oh, there you
there's
go.
always that Terry Seymour. You know.
Thank you.
That's
That's
true.
that's her name.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
There's always that little angle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of.
Ronnie, don't be so bad. All right.
So Nicole,
Let's go, Nicole. Nicole starts off with Josh Krasnick. Tragic?
the burrito maker.
Or tragic. Yes, the burrito maker or flipper. And he has a 13-year-old child. He said, I am doing this for my child.
he had the kid when he was 17. That's what that means.
Lord have mercy. The thing that makes me go, what? His mother drove him to Chicago the whole way. Maybe he was practicing his vocal cords. I don't know, or like warming them up. But, and he has a 13-year-old kid. So, and he's flipping like burritos. Like, how?
Flip it.
What?
Yeah.
What? He flips them.
Flips them.
He flicked them up in the air and called them in his mouth. It's a big trick they do now in Mexican restaurants.
You know, actually, burritos were invented in San Francisco.
They were? Oh, I like that. Oh, gosh.
I could go for a burrito.
That is.
Yeah, but he always had something really special about him and his voice. I knew he would make it far because it's so unique.
And you really liked him. Do you know you were like, yes, y'all, yes. That was you. Yeah.
I am all about you, Josh K.
Yeah.
And he's got that boy next door thing to him. I mean, I don't know who I compared him to last time. I think I might have said, was it, because you were on the phone with me, was it Ray or no? It's somebody with a gravelly voice. He's got that thing where he opens up his mouth and he's just like that
Yeah.
raw. He's raw.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like he's really, like, he's not like that Brennan guy or whatever. Like, I'm trying to be a singer.
Yeah, no.
And I'm going to hit this big note.
It's just there. Yeah.
Yeah, and anyway, I'm excited to see what else he does, because when he sang At Last, the last time we were in here, I almost, you know what? And then when he sang this one, I mean, still, he sings these songs by like black women, like big time, like, you know what I'm saying? Like those old.
He was the one that sang Etta James?
Yes, Etta James. And then he sang this
right.
other song. I forget what the name was this time. But
Which song was
But it was another like old song by a woman.
And Etta James does not like people singing her songs.
Yeah,
she was against Beyonce for that.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever. Next, we've got Krista.
Yeah.
Krista,
Loved Krista's energy. Sorry, go ahead.
no, you go ahead because listen. Well, first of all, Krista was the
Disney?
first solo artist for Disney before Britney, before Christina, before Justin, all these other people. She was like almost like the Shirley Temple of like that time. Go ahead.
No, I mean, I just love her energy. Her passion is great. She was the most, well, I guess, I love the over 30 crowd because they're in it to win it. They have to be. She was the most professional. She, of course, cried and did the heartstrings, made you feel bad for her. But when she got voted out, she was okay with it. She's like, okay, I'm just going to keep going. And you made an interesting comment. You were like, I think they probably didn't put her through because they know she could do it on her own.
Yeah,
in due
she
time.
can.
She's been
super
lucky this
cute.
far.
Yeah, she's super cute. It's great exposure. And that attitude goes a long way with me. Like, I really liked her and will Facebook stalk her and the whole thing. Yeah, yeah, maybe.
Well, I really liked what she was doing with her style. I thought that her style was very unique, and she didn't look 32. She looked a lot younger.
No,
Yeah,
she did
no.
not.
And
look
she has
32.
that baby voice. She talks
She
like
does.
this.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what I was going to say. I can always tell when people are child actors because the qualities for which they were praised for being cute and do this are the qualities that remain and that seem to
Interesting.
always
What
be
a good
there.
insight,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
so the way that she
didn't know
was,
that.
I thought like her headband and stuff was
Right.
very childlike, which is, I'm sure has for her, it's its own thing.
Okay. So let's say she went another route and she went sexy like Nicole.
Yeah.
Nicole's sexy.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's hot.
I feel like Nicole like possesses that, and she,
But
she
why-
has that, and I don't think Krista
That's just not
is
her.
that.
But why wasn't there someone else on the show that we could go, damn, that girl's hot?
We know
I
what you're
think
getting
I
at.
know why.
We know what you're getting
I
at.
think I know
And that's
why.
true. Yeah, Nicole is up here, and there's not anyone else.
No. And even Paula Abdul wasn't like so cute. Like she had like a little sexiness to her.
Yeah.
There is not one girl except
Yeah,
for that
you know what?
blonde.
That's
And the
true.
blonde.
I know. I thought the blonde.
Well, yes, but the fact that I knew she was a rugby player, then I'm like, oh, she's a tomboy.
Yeah.
Right.
She's like putting on that dress and she's muscular, whatever. It didn't make me go, oh, she's hot. And like, I can look at a woman and go, she's hot. And I mean, I want to be her. And I just never felt like there's one person. And I
No.
think
That's true.
She was beautiful and all that good stuff, but she was not hot. This blonde you're talking about,
Yeah.
and nobody looked like Nicole. Nicole
Yeah.
made sure her zone
Yeah.
was. So if there was a great singer who was with Nicole's look, exotic or whatever, we'll say
Yeah.
exotic, it wasn't gonna make this show.
No.
I
No,
guess.
certainly not.
I guess
No,
that's
And
what.
no,
would
you
not
can
let
tell
that
by her
happen.
face every time someone came out who
Yeah.
sort of wasn't her type. Like she wasn't happy.
well, what
it.
about like the pretty, like older, mature woman? I mean, I just like that. I don't know. I just
yeah.
like a Katy Perry kind
Right.
of, or
yeah.
Britney, or Christina, or Beyonce, or
Yeah, that's true. That didn't show up here.
or a
at
Gaga,
all.
or anybody that like I don't know. I
Yeah,
just
every female singer looks like Susan Boyle is what it's coming down
Someone
to.
like
so.
fierce. Someone fierce.
Oh, you know who was hot? There was a Elaine Gibbs was really smoking hot.
We haven't mentioned any of that about the male artists.
I feel like
Oh,
none
yeah.
of the
What's
male
that?
artists are.
That if they're attractive.
You guys talked about the dude with the low
Oh
confidence.
yeah, he's hot.
You guys were all three of you were
With
a
the-
little-
No,
and
honestly-
then you girls like the swooner guy, he right?
yeah.
You know what though? I don't think any of the guys are that attractive.
You know
That
what?
made it through.
That made
You
it
know who
through.
I actually think is pretty good looking just because he doesn't look that old is
Yeah, Leroy.
That's Leroy Bell.
59-year-old, yeah.
Leroy Bell.
Yeah, he is attractive.
I'm like, wow. And I'm sorry, I got to say it. Black don't crack. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like,
And she said it.
I said it because it is so true. I read it on the internet, so I'm not the first person that said it. But
That's an honest comment.
it is a comment because look, he's almost 60 years old. And the man, first of all, I don't care.
I can't, yeah.
First of all, you look amazing for 60, and you've got like that package thing, but now you open up your mouth.
You were looking at his package? What?
No, he didn't.
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, he's later. We're gonna talk about him later. Or is he in this group? He is
He's
in this group.
Yes,
You're right.
he is. But we'll go back. Because so we went through Krista, and she got a no. Krista was our Disney child star.
Mm-hmm.
Then we went to James Kinney, and James Kinney was our waiter from West Hollywood. And
the kids, he works 5 jobs.
He wakes up at 7 a.m. and goes to sleep at like 1 a.m. and
Lord
does
have
it all
mercy.
over again.
Yeah, God.
Yeah.
What a nightmare.
Well, the thing is with him, I mean, yeah, we're rooting for him because we're like, oh my God, he's got kids and we really want him to make it. And he does have a great voice and kind of that cool, different look. And sorry, we've got to pick 4 people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We got to pick a star.
We got to, yeah. You can't just go, oh my God, I feel sorry for this person.
Yeah.
Kat, I remember you said you liked what he said about the difference between jobs and dreams. He said that's why it's called a job.
Yeah.
And something else about dreams.
Oh, this is when he was talking about.
Yeah.
That's a quote, kind of.
He said there's jobs and then there's dreams, you know, and this is a dream. And like, you know, some people in this world will just have their job, you know, but they have that dream, but they'll never be able to touch it.
How do those people handle it? Gosh.
Yeah.
No.
That seems so boring. Sorry.
See, we're watching them.
My dream was to be on AfterBuzz, and it came true.
That's right. Yeah.
That's so true.
Good call.
My dream too.
Hey.
That must have been a good old comment. Is that what that means, Jesse Janity?
A good old comment. Wait, can we have that be a thing? We should record her saying that and then
Can we
do
just
that.
record Kat saying different things? Is that
That'll be
okay?
our new VO person.
Voiceover.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm sure everyone will love hearing my voice every day.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all.
It's the AfterBuzz.
All right, speaking of yeses, because
Black
we
don't
love
crack.
yeses, Dexter Haygood, homeless man.
Yeah, what?
Homeless man
That is
stays
a
in the mix.
story. That is a story.
That's a story. He's homeless. He doesn't have a home.
No home, lives out of his car.
What happened to his home? Do we know?
But we've had people like that on American Idol, though, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
We've had
Never
people
make it
living out of their
through,
cars.
right?
Yeah.
They never made it that far because they didn't have voice teachers. I'm just kidding. They couldn't afford voice teachers. But I love the fact that they made it such a huge, like, epic thing. Like, oh, so you know, we know you've been through so much, and you know this is so hard for us, but you know we're actually gonna keep you through. And then he starts crying, and then he goes and jumps in the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I just want to say, the whole jumping in the pool thing.
Yes, it was planned.
Totally separate
Well,
shot.
totally, I feel like copied off of the X Factor UK. Because I've been watching that, and this girl, Crazy Kitty, her most infamous YouTube clip was she jumped in, I forget the judge's name, into his pool. And now all of a sudden everybody's jumping into the pool.
Yeah, and jumping into a pool is not that outrageous.
Yeah.
Great for
Crazier things have
I
been
know,
done.
the more it happens.
I would have had to get, and I don't have a great body, but I would have to get naked and jump in the pool. Now that would have been my YouTube video, and nobody wants to see
See,
that.
that would be taking it to the next level.
Yeah. So
I think
somebody,
you'd be surprised.
But it's a pond, though. That's a little bit more dangerous.
It's a what?
It was a pond. It wasn't a pool.
Oh.
It had a fountain.
It's true,
in
that
it.
is a little bit more dangerous.
It is. It's like, yeah, it is.
So next we had Leroy, right?
Yes, we do. Leroy Bell.
Bell.
You know.
He's like an older James. No. Who's the guy that, oh my God.
what show?
guy?
This
John
show?
Lennon. No.
Oh, John Legend.
Yes.
Maybe-
John
maybe I
Legend.
don't-
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
I was
Yes.
like, who does that? Do
Yeah,
all the kind of-
yeah.
Yes, he's like
But
an
he has
older
that
one.
look, too. He
Yeah,
has that
he
John Legend
does,
look.
He has
Yeah.
that like intellectual songwriter, soulful, whatever look.
The knit
Yeah.
cap was good. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
59.
that whole vibe.
To me, his comments were great. He goes, "I'm not ready to retire," and I just was like, okay, cool. I want this guy to win. You know,
Yeah.
he's doing the whole without saying job and career and being all that dramatic. He's just like, I'm not ready to retire. This is when all my 59 years old, he looks to the left, he looks to the right. There's people who, maybe try to come up with him, but they are long gone with their 18 grandkids. He's like, no, I'm going to still do this. So
Yeah, that's cool.
I would
about
love to
him.
see him go far. Yeah.
I
Me
liked
too.
him a lot.
Me too.
Is his talent there, you guys, your opinion?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
And
So
I think
tell me
Nicole, I think Nicole felt it too. Well, first of all,
that's true.
When the camera
loved
She
it.
felt
First of all,
it.
Physically
Yeah.
felt it.
Nicole sat like this
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Yeah.
for everybody.
Hey,
I'm
you should
like,
sit like that the rest of the time.
and I'll just interview you.
Yeah.
Ronnie,
It was-
and
Can you reenact what happened?
And then she
I
talked
just like,
really
She
quietly.
did. She did.
She like
she
jumps
was like
on them.
all over. No, especially Ronnie, and I was like, or Larry Bell, whatever.
Larry Dale.
Larry
Ronnie.
Bell. I mean, I don't know. I just felt like, okay, she was like, okay, y'all, I'm just showing you how I sit in my house on my knees. Now,
Yeah.
granted, I can't say that I never sit like that. I do. But, I mean, I guess that's why we recognize
She
it.
was just doing this whole like, I have to tell you this.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, we're friends.
I feel like
and
she's
you're at my house.
Na diva is a female version of a hustler.
Yeah.
And she's the type of girl that seems like she really likes herself. So she's, I'm not saying she's not humble. She probably has those qualities too. But I did remember seeing her on a couple episodes of Dancing with the Stars. When you get a great compliment, it's good to just be like, oh, cool. I feel good about it. They always hug their little teammate or whatever. When she would get a good compliment, she'd be doing the fist pump and everything. So she really likes herself is what we know.
Mm-hmm.
And she likes nobody to look like her on the show.
Yeah.
There is a reason why she's a superstar. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Yeah,
And
that's
and that
true.
she left the Pussycat Dolls. Okay, next, Tiger Bud Bill.
He has a good voice, but I didn't care for him.
He has such a beautiful voice, but
42 years old.
Yeah. And
All I got was not memorable,
yeah. Meh, meh.
I just like the name Bud Bill. Okay, Tiger.
I think
All
it's
right,
funny.
last but not least, Stacey Francis. No, sorry, we had two more. Stacey Francis, 42 years old, the one with the big lips.
Right. No.
The one.
Stacey's the one.
Stacey's-
It was the last two were Elaine Gibbs,
Yeah.
the hottie.
Which one was the mom? Which
and
one was the
Stacey.
mom?
Stacey was the mom.
Yeah, she's a mom.
The weird thing about Stacey is
Say
I
how
generally like her. Now, Stacey, I believe, is the one who has that story about her father passed away and then she ended up on the show. So I don't want to like Stacey because of that, because that's like
Yeah.
all emotional or whatnot. But I really do like Stacey, and she did
Well,
get the go.
I
But
do like her.
Stacey also overdid it.
You
Yeah.
guys did talk about that in your series.
Yeah.
She
Overdid
did,
Yeah,
it.
I know.
And it wasn't even on key. A few episodes ago when she did the whole belting thing.
Yeah, you
well,
can tell
you
she's
gotta
not
hit the right
seasoned.
note before you belt it.
Yeah.
You know? So
My thing with
that
her is
didn't
I'm
impress me.
more interested again in her. It's a personality thing. I think she's
Yeah.
funny. I want to see her press tour. Jimmy Fallon, Chelsea Handler, Carson Daly. I want to see her. I want to see.
I
She
like that.
she would sell the X Factor so well, but we definitely kind of know she's not going to go all the way.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
got a couple more weeks, so
Yeah,
I'm going to
yeah.
enjoy it. And
And then Elaine can just go be like one of the best wedding singers the country's ever seen.
Yeah.
and how about Nicole? She said it's not all about the voice, which was basically saying, "Gosh, looks do matter."
Yeah.
I mean, that was
Yeah.
rough.
I
That
mean,
was-
the one reality that I feel like is pounded into all of us is that women get older and already feel like, some women.
I get it.
Wait, what?
Keep on going.
Okay. So,
I'm
and.
trying to hold my breath here.
Okay. And it's really hard because already I know so many older women that are beautiful that are so insecure. But these two older women, Elaine and Stacey.
And let's keep in mind that Elaine is significantly older than Stacey.
Yeah.
So, and she's a mom
yeah.
of a lot of kids,
So-
and I think that had a lot to do with that decision.
And they're competing against a lot of other people who have a lot of things, and with their competition, it's just like they're one of the ones that gets to the side.
Okay, I get that. Women get older, and it's like, okay, so this guy can be 60, and then he stays, but Elaine can't because she's,
Right.
58, and she. Here's the thing, Aretha Franklin. You've got these women like Natalie Cole, all these like epic ladies. Yes, they started younger, but
Yeah.
come on, they're like
yeah, they rock it.
they.
You're talking about their look is.
Well, they are glammed out because
Yeah.
they have the money and
Yeah, but they're not.
But they're also not twigs, and they're also not the most glam. They have a different style. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like you have to make it first, and then you can let yourself go.
Yeah.
And then-
Yeah.
Or at least, okay, and Nicole said this, or it would be like, and I don't know how anyone would do this, but be totally confident. Like Nicole was like, we need confident.
Yeah, of course.
Whatever.
Nicole's confident.
Yeah, Nicole's like, be confident just like me and look as good as me. I mean,
And
that's
look,
kinda-
I'm a
exactly.
supermodel.
But you know what? Out of Elaine, and I did say some sort of interesting, funny things about her, but she was the one probably who got voted out and had the best spirit about it. I know I kind of said that
she
about the
did.
other girl. Elaine didn't take anything the wrong way. She took it
Yeah.
good, and she'll do what she needs to do and find her lane. This is what it is, you guys. I mean, it's a lane that you got to travel. So for her, it's not going to be a lane where physicality comes, but she could get a great job doing something else, like you said.
Oh, I mean, I was being funny, but
Oh,
she
well.
could do more than just doing a wedding singer. But but she was
yeah, maybe not that bad.
but she was amazing though. I mean, and they said this was one of the best auditions we've ever heard. So
Yeah.
I really hope that. I mean, come on, if Susan Boyle can get out there and smash out CDs,
Yeah.
I think so can someone like Elaine, because
That's true.
there's a big market for her voice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're moving on, y'all.
Yeah.
To Simon is back.
In the girls department.
Yes, which personally
France.
is my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah,
your
that's
favorite
my
girl?
favorite too.
It is my favorite group. It is
Yeah,
my favorite
me
group.
too.
Yeah. Well,
Because I think the
yeah.
girls are stronger, and we have proof because he kept one person. We're not going to say it yet. We're going to leave it to the end.
twist of the night.
The twist of the night.
Another way that Simon's proving that he's the boss. But
And
Yeah.
another way, we're going to go back to what we were talking about just a minute ago with the fact of like who's got the look, who's got the stay power.
Right.
And let me tell you something. It's not about like who stereotypically is pretty. Who
Yeah.
stereotypically is like the look. Well, whatever. We're going to see in a minute that these two girls that were up against each other, they were either a yes or a no. I mean, they're both very different. Neither of them are like drop dead gorgeous, but one of them had that something that we all know we could see. And I'm talking about Tia Tolliver.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Tia Tolliver.
Very good point, yeah.
And Simon Cowell, I don't care if you hate him, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And who cares if look at Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift doesn't even ever hit a key.
Yeah.
She's off key on every single thing that she sings.
Stevie Nicks.
Every single thing. So it doesn't matter if you hit every single note. It's about how you connect with the audience. And like this girl reminds me of another like Rihanna. I don't know what it is. It's something about her. But we won't jump to her just so fast. So let's go to our fake what did I say? Fake out. I don't know what I was talking about over here.
Oh, well, I mean, where he turned someone away and then
Oh, yeah.
The
didn't.
twist.
The twist. Yeah, the twist. But anyway, let's start with,
We start with the
went
girl
through
that goes
first.
through right away, right?
Tara
Tora, I think.
Wolishin.
Tora, yeah.
Tora. Was that her name? Tora?
Right.
Tora.
She was the one with
The blonde,
bleached blonde.
bleached blonde hair.
yeah.
She was a big no.
Yeah.
Again, I called her like, like the equivalent to Lady Gaga. She had
Yeah.
that. She had that something different.
Even
about
like
her.
Nicki Minaj.
Yeah,
sort of thing.
yeah.
Yeah, she had
Yeah.
that kind
And then,
of work.
well, that's one of the ones I thought he would have kept because she was different, but he
Yeah.
didn't.
But he went with the more commercial look of
Simone.
Simone or
Yeah, Simone Battle.
That's going to be her new name.
Yeah, and she was way more commercial. I feel like the audience that even LA is keeping in mind is this tween generation. Like, what's going to be marketable to them?
Well, y'all, come on. I mean, who's watching the show? I mean,
Yeah.
it's tweens, it's girls, and who's going to vote? Us. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're watching, we're voting, and I mean, the demographic is young girls. So, and again, like the girls that are going to have the staying power are not the ones that are like the prettiest or whatever. They're going to be the
No.
ones that are like down home and cool because little girls get jealous. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Sorry.
And yeah.
And next we've got Simone got a yes, and then we have
We have Drew, right?
Drew Winowitz,
14-year-olds.
Oh, yeah.
Insane voice.
Arizona.
Burrito Flipper's child. Old enough to be Burrito
Oh,
Yeah.
we
Flipper's
did
child.
discover that, yeah.
I freaking love her.
Yeah, she's so
Yeah, she's
good.
awesome.
She was
From
your
the
favorite,
very
yeah.
first audition.
And she, I told y'all she looks like Rachel McAdams. Did you see that picture that popped up when they were showing like the
So
top 5 or whatever?
different.
Oh my God, the top 17. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
she looked different
Gorgeous.
too.
They totally made her
Gorgeous.
Totally
up.
different.
That's also
Yeah.
exciting to see is the makeovers or whatever.
Yeah.
I know,
I don't know
love
how much they're gonna do it on this
She
show.
need
but
a little something, a little poo-poo.
Yeah.
I don't know what I mean when I say this, but she didn't look 14 to me. I don't know if I think she looked older or just the plane or something. I don't know.
To
Yeah.
think about whatever I felt like, or we all felt like at 14, and her doing this, I mean,
Yeah.
to me, in my head, like I would have to be older. Like
She
you'd
doesn't
think a person would have to be
sing
older.
like a 14-year-old.
No,
Does
that's
she,
mean-
the
does she
amazing
even
thing.
act like a 14-year-old? Not
No,
really, huh?
no.
So there's
Only
that.
one in the beginning when she was talking about Justin Bieber.
Yeah, but she's
Like,
got,
I love him.
she's got something up in here. Up in here, up in there. I'm pointing to my heart and my chest and my soul.
Yeah.
And my butt.
She
I'm
does.
kidding. But she sang Baby Baby for her first audition, and then which killed. And if you didn't see that, go YouTube it now because it is ridiculous.
Yeah, I love it. I
ridiculous.
loved it.
And even L.A. Reid was like, that was better than Justin Bieber's version.
Yeah, and he produced it.
Yeah, he did. He did. Next, we've got Jocelyn, right?
Yeah.
Jocelyn or Jocelyn Little.
And I feel like Simon wanted this edgy girl with attitude. And, you know, I think...
She's 16.
Yeah, and
what?
I didn't feel like she was quite right. Even though her voice is really strong. I felt like it didn't work.
He said he liked the grit, and now she's too polished,
Yeah, well...
which would be a hard thing to hear. I'd be like, I got polished for you.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, but also the whole thing with her was the big C, confidence. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you cannot be a fantastic performer or singer if you have no confidence. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
no way.
You walk
No
in the
way.
door and you come in with your shoulders down and like you can't even. I mean, no.
Yes,
And
all
did,
of
did,
their...
and did she go on or?
No, she
No.
didn't.
No.
What's interesting, kind of like you said, at 14 years old or 16 years old, you know, you probably, that confidence ain't going to be there. So
No way.
I would be interested to see her journey in the next couple of years,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next, okay. The rugby player.
Right.
I find it interesting because I went to the X Factor website today. And
Doing your research. There you go.
you better believe
Right
it,
on
sir.
with the right on.
Sir, you don't know Cat Bailey.
No, I am fascinated by you though.
But I just thought it was so crazy because, like, they had, 3 people's pictures up, and she was one of them.
Oh, really?
And, they pretty much...
Really? Caitlyn?
It was right on the homepage. It was like 3 singers, and she was in the middle. First of all, she's got a very, interesting look. She's got those big
Oh, this
old...
was
rugby player, yeah. Those big old juicy lips and that blonde hair and those high cheekbones. I mean, I get it. She's pretty, but I was shocked when they took her off tonight.
Me too. I did not expect
Yeah,
that.
that was a shock.
She was another one of them, like Drew Renowitz, that really, really made it her own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
she's saying, didn't she sing "Stop in the Name of Love" or one of the
Yeah, something.
Baby Love, I think. Wait.
"My Baby Love"? Or is that
was that it? It was something like that.
Anyway,
I think
she
something
made it
by
her
the
own.
Supremes.
Yeah, it was the Supremes. But anyway, she's gone. Bummer.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like we'll be seeing her face somewhere else.
Yeah, definitely. And she's 21, so
She looks a little older than 21.
she does. Yeah,
Must be
she
all that
does.
rugby. Okay,
Must be.
next. Tia Tolliver,
Right.
who was kind of in the running with was it Melanie? Because they kind of have them back and forth. Melanie, Tia.
Who's gonna make it? Yeah.
Who's gonna make it? And Rachel Crow.
Yeah, Rachel.
Which Rachel, I was like, given.
I know. I thought, for sure.
Yeah, come on.
If they really
saved
cut
her to the end, just
Y'all,
for that.
go YouTube Rachel Crow. She is incredible. She's 13, 14 years
that's
old.
insane. Certainly doesn't act like a 13.
Oh, no.
Like I said, Willow Smith, watch out.
Okay.
She whips her hair back and forth.
I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my hair. Okay, but I did watch this thing. Y'all are so cute. The twins are whipping their hairs back and forth in the same unison. Now,
How we do.
There's a YouTube clip of Rachel. I don't know. This was back in April. I don't know when they filmed all of this. 'Cause
Yeah.
these are all reruns or whatever. But Rachel was singing at the M Bar in LA.
Really?
Yes. and
We just sang there. Well,
few months
earlier
you
ago.
did too. I know. I mean, a lot of people sing there.
Yeah.
And her personality, because there's a whole different personality when people come on stage and they're like doing their rap,
right?
And having a person like, "What up, Ronnie?" Da da da. Oh, you better get off my stage or whatever.
Yeah.
She's that old, and she's like, "Girl, da da da." Okay, she's like, "I'm really not that mean," or whatever, and she was making all these cute comments.
Oh my God.
And then she's like, "Oh, I really can sing," and then she opens her mouth, and everyone's like, "Oh my God."
Oh my
So
gosh.
all I'm saying is go try to YouTube that. It's excellent. And you'll kind of see some of her personality, and you will understand that this little business she's giving us is real.
Yeah.
She's not putting on a show.
Right.
Yeah.
So she's a yes.
Yay.
And how cool is it for her mom who gets to go travel too?
Yeah, that's
I
pretty
know.
awesome.
All the other, the older, girls that went there, it was probably just them. But-
Yeah.
Totally.
So that was cool.
And then the whole ending twist with Melanie and that whole thing. Wow.
Simon makes such a big deal about how
He really
can't go
regrets
back
it.
on any of his decisions, and he makes his decisions.
I know, and it's like, and the other
So important.
the other mentors, maybe they had the same emotion,
Yeah.
but only Simon was gonna have the whole last 6 minutes of the show.
Well, I also like I was saying before, because I wanted to jump to this so badly, but Tia and Melanie. Okay, so yes, Tia didn't have as strong as a voice as Melanie, but Tia has more of that it than Melanie. Melanie killed that Beyonce song, or listen, her first audition. I don't really know what she did the last time. I think she sang something, Whitney song. I don't even remember, but she's consistent.
Yeah.
But Tia still I see where Simon's coming from, but I love the fact that he went back to her hometown and grabbed her, and the
her
whole
house.
entire
With,
family was
Gigantic
there.
family, yeah.
First, it was just like her dad or whatever, and then as the minutes kept going, there were like 20 people in the
know.
room. I don't even know where they came from.
He's here.
The whole neighborhood came down. I feel.
She's only 19, this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
a student, right?
Yeah.
she's-
very young.
She's young. I mean, and also, I don't know. I feel like she's kind of in that Jordan Sparks area.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Nothing really that special, but she's a good singer.
Yeah.
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 I mean, come on. Pia Toscana got kicked off.
Oh,
of
Yeah, I
Nevada.
know.
I mean,
Do you know is she doing anything right now?
yeah, she sang at some bowl or something. I don't know, or maybe, I mean,
So wedding singer now.
wedding singer, or she was dating that By Alice guy or something.
Oh,
from
yeah.
Dancing with the Stars. I know too much gossip. All right,
right, there
so
it
here we
is.
go. I'm gonna just rat it off real quick.
Okay, do it.
So here we go. So L.A. Reid, he kept. Y'all can help me out here.
And the
Marcus, what is it? Canty, Astro, Philip Lomax, Chris Wren, and then we'll go to
Chris Renee, yeah.
Chris Renee. That's right. Actually, when I wrote all this down, I was like,
I know.
an initial,
Yeah.
because they batted him off so fast.
Like we weren't writing, come on.
And we had to stop and rewind.
Come
Sorry.
on.
All right.
Slow it down for us.
Slow it down for us.
We
And
are
then
all
we've
that
got
matters.
Paula. Who wants to bat out Paula's picks?
It's Lakota Ray, the Brewer Boys,
Yes.
Intensity, and Stereo
Hogs.
Yes.
And Lakota Rain.
Rain. Okay, see, there you go.
Rain. Good.
Taylor Swift's next album.
Yeah.
Who's got
Nicole.
Nicole's.
Oh, I don't really have their last names. Josh.
Perra and
the
Trent.
Rajin,
crackers?
Leroy.
Bell or something.
Bell, Dexter Hayer, and Stacy.
Francis.
Miss Stacy.
Miss
Stacy.
Miss
There it
Stacy.
is.
And Simon. Go ahead, Michelle.
Simon, Rachel.
Yes.
What's her last
Crow.
name? Oh, duh. Rachel Crow, Tia
YouTube it.
Tolliver, Drew Renowitz, and Melanie Romero.
And Simone.
Oh, and Simone. I thought I meant to write Simon.
That's
and
all right.
Simone.
Oh, he must have just loved the fact that you take off the E and it's his name.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure that's
All things
half the
Simon
battle.
Cowell,
There it
yep.
is. Yeah.
So that's it, y'all. We just went through the entire show. I
There it
felt in a
is.
whole, I thought it was entertaining. It went by pretty fast. Some of these shows can drag on forever.
Yes.
I really do think. I thought they could have shortened it a little bit.
Yep.
Definitely.
But I am looking forward to watching tomorrow night's episode. They're gonna break it down to the final 17.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Woo!
yeah.
So-
So who do you guys think is gonna make it to the end.
Just some picks,
He's in
I
it
guess,
to win it.
Yeah.
I think the Brewer boys may not have all the talent in the world, but they're fun to watch, so they're gonna go do well. Chris Renee probably because of the story will stay, and I always liked Marcus Canty for some weird reason too. He wants to be Usher, and L.A. Reid is going to make that happen. So those are some of the people I kind of like.
Cool.
Look at you going for the boys. Well, I'm going for the girls.
Yeah.
Well, I think for me it was like because I like L.A. Reid so much, and I followed his career
he's awesome.
years ago. So maybe it was that. I don't know.
Look, I agree with some of yours as well, but I don't know. There is something about Chris Renee. There is. I don't know what it is. I felt like I've never actually seen a rapper or a guy who is of that caliber, you know.
Does he sing though too? He sings a little, right?
Yeah, he sings a little.
So
I mean, but we're going to find out who can sing and who can't in the next couple of weeks. And this show's going on till like January.
Really?
Right, Jesse? Yes. Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna find out.
Yes, we are.
Christmas, New Year's,
Yeah, all
holidays.
of that.
Awesome.
Halloween, we're dressing up. So y'all tune in to AfterBuzz
Oh,
TV.
yeah.
You may not be able to find who's who.
we need to be Simon, Paula, Nicole, and LA.
no, okay. Simon, Paula, Nicole, and I'll be LA.
Yes. I've got the
Or Cat Bayless.
Oh, Cat
I'll be Natalie.
You can be my mother.
Natalie.
Oh, to Natalie. Love you, Mom. Well, so my pick, I love Drew. She's one of my picks towards the end. And I don't know if it's because they keep on plugging these people and that's why I'm so attracted to them. But I do have this really cool feeling about Rachel Crow.
Yeah, me too.
And-
I can't believe I didn't mention her. Yeah.
Definitely.
Because, again, they're young and they're not as scared. They don't know the kind of pressure that they're really under.
Exactly.
When they say they have to make it, it's just because they want to. You know, it's not like, oh damn, I have to move.
They're like,
Yeah,
we really want to.
I'll be in the street. Yeah, it's a different. It is a pure. Yeah, that's
I'll
right.
be in the street.
It's a pure.
I'll be eating ding dongs and like Twinkies.
Seriously.
Yeah, you know, I think either Rachel or Drew. I think either one of them is gonna win.
Do you have a for sure vote off? Do you see anybody going like right away?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I have so much.
out of all of them. You know what? I just don't really relate to the groups that much.
No,
you
true.
know?
None of us do. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
the kid groups, like.
How can
Yeah,
we?
definitely not the kid
How
group.
can
Maybe-
we? They haven't even plugged them at all.
Yeah,
Yeah, they haven't.
I mean, y'all, we haven't even gotten into the performances, like full on
Yeah.
fireworks, people
Yeah.
flying around naked.
Fireworks.
And that's the thing with groups, more people can mess up.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
More people to depend on.
As far as people going home, I'm so compassionate over Dexter's story,
Yeah.
but at some point we have to pull the plug.
Yeah. It's true.
Do we, or
maybe
do we
they'll-
just do we not do we? I don't know.
Well, I'm sure he's getting paid right now, right? He's making money.
That was
right?
another thing I'm going to look up. So, okay, so yes, the winner is
Yeah.
getting $5 million. So whatever happens, is this like Survivor? So if you make it halfway through, you get a certain amount of money on how many episodes you've stayed, as long as you've stayed. I mean,
Oh.
I'm sure you get a stipend to some
Listen,
degree.
yeah.
I hope they're getting.
my ex-boyfriend was on Survivor, and like he made it halfway through, and he got paid for all those episodes that he had.
Really? He was
Yeah.
on- That's crazy.
Yeah. So I'm sure they're getting some money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, any show that
At the I've
heard of
At
would
the end
do
of the
that.
day, Dexter, it's life changing for him. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day,
Yeah.
I'm not saying
People
he's
love that
set.
story.
At the end of the day, he can
he's
do
better
something.
off than he was before
Every time you say
he walked
Dexter,
on
I
the
think
other
of the show.
Me too.
Me too.
And the
Because
serial
Melissa did it
killer.
for the Emmys.
Yes,
So.
I love that show. I love
Well,
it.
y'all, I think that
I think that Philip Lomax and Rachel Crow and Drew
Yeah.
are gonna make
Good
it
call
there.
on Phil.
I like
yeah.
Phil.
I think
Yeah.
you're no. I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. I forgot about that hottie. How could I forget about him? Dreams. I'll dream about him tonight. Okay. Oh Lord.
Oh, Lord.
There she is. We're looking at the screen right now. We're looking at
Stacey Francis.
Stacey Francis. Well, thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight to our AfterBuzz edition of X Factor with Michelle and Melissa Macedo, our Ronnie Jr., Jesse
Hello.
Jannity, who chimed in a couple times, and thank you, Phil and Buzz, our mascot.
And the bee, the new bee.
And
Tune in
Buzzy.
next Tuesday with the crew. I think it's
All
Tuesday.
right.
We're coming in Tuesday, right? They've changed our whole
Yeah.
schedule. on
Just
us.
just watch AfterBuzz every single day, every single night.
Yeah.
There you go.
All
Watch
the
all
time.
watch all our shows.
Yeah.
Now y'all buzz off.
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later. Oh yeah, we have to do
AfterBuzz. The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.